Good morning. I hope you're all well. To anyone who's watching this video, this is a quick recording of my morning trade. At the moment, this is the NQ 100 trade that I'm in at the moment. So just a quick rundown of the trade itself, and also just sort of key headlines. So I've completed all my briefings and then pre-market prep, etc. So euro current account surplus grows, treasury weakens, gold weakens as well. So that sort of signifies the risk appetite in equities. Yesterday there was a a flash sell-off, if you will, some profit taking in equities. We had a 1% in the Nasdaq sell-off, and also roughly 0.6% sell-off in the S&P 500. Weakness in the yen as well. Overnight ASX shares up. Most of Asia shares up. Cassionia to hold off declaring independence, which is good for shares globally and also the euro. So also there was risk on tone because of a positive US Senate vote yesterday. I think it's to do with the tax plan. And Trump is leaning towards Powell for replacement of Chair Fed or Taylor. Today on the data slate, we've got CAD CPI and US home sales. So this is the quick morning trade on a retracement after yesterday's rally. You can see my screen here. We have the rally yesterday after the sell-off. Also, Nasdaq has underperformed relative to its other assets. So today Nasdaq is, I guess, oversold in relation to the others. So I am looking to go long, which I'm in right now. There's my entry at 6106 evens. Stop is 610175. Under my 2% risk limit for this trade. It came on side, hit this resistance point here, which really should have been my first target. I had my first target a little bit further up, sort of mid in the range. Now it's coming back on price, which I'm not happy about. So I'm going to keep an eye on this now. I may come out for a scratch. We just have to see how it behaves now in and around this point. You can see my target one at 61.14.25, and my second target right at the high from yesterday. I really hope it doesn't fall back on price, but obviously, let's snooze that. And yeah, so this is the trade. I've gone through my pre-trade checklist. Everything makes sense. If we start to trade below my entry, I may come out of this for a small loss. I don't mind taking a small loss on this. Just want to see how it behaves around this 20 period moving average in the Bollinger Bands. You could say the trend today is down through the overnight, but you know, it's been selling off overnight, so this would be a good point to get long. The other opportunity to get long would be at pivot. So we'll just see how it behaves here. I'm looking at the tape. Let's see if I can get some more on the tape here. Just looking at the time and sales. Want to see passive buying now. So accumulation and absorption. 2 ticks away from entry. People are trying to sell this off. See a lot more sell prints at the moment than buying prints. Do want to bring up the S&P to see what they're printing on the S&P and see what that's doing. Okay, it's trading through my entry. Set contract up. I just want to see what it's printing here. If S&P starts selling off here its lows, I'm definitely on the wrong side of this. So we had a nice little bounce there on that 20 period moving average. Just see if we can hold above that now. We want the S&P to grind higher at the same time. I think I was a bit ambitious with that target there. That's actually a logical place to put T1. I would have de-risked the trade already and banked profit. Could have left one on for a position trade, well, for the range to take out the high later today. Well, we have seen the late Friday drive, so being Friday, the 20th of October, we should hopefully see a drive into the US session or into the late afternoon on the US session before the weekend. Just keeping a close eye on what's happening here on the NQ. Another thing on this sim, I haven't got Eurex data, so I can't see what European stocks are doing. So if European stocks are selling off, that's not good for me. It's more selling on the delta. Something else to keep an eye on as well. Anyway, patience is king in these trades at the moment. But the S&P has a way to fall to support. So this could see some downside if the S&P tries to test support again. The NQ may follow it down, test support as well. Well, that's a little better, seeing 100 contracts trade up on the S&P. Again, a few more buy prints on the timer sales on the Nasdaq. Looking at bonds, all trading lower. Both the ZN and the 5-year trading their lows. It's on a different screen, you can't see it, but it's worth keeping an eye on. It's actually my first trade on NQ in a long time. So I got a bit of admin to do in a bit. I had some spread trades that worked out yesterday. I've got another spread trade on at the moment, which I have to fill in. So I left a bub trade on overnight, so a bub spread, trading the yield curve or the treasuries. So was it a spread trade between the 30 and the ultra? Which worked out very nicely indeed. So at 20 period moving average, working out support at the moment. I'm seeing a lot more buy orders on the timer sales on both NQ and the S&P. So this is good for us, and we're starting to move a little bit higher. Might be a bit early to say, and that's 4 or 5 ticks of volatility. So, but technically, you can see how well this reacted. Now, if we get a clean break above here, I might play this trade a little bit differently. Above 6112 spot 25. If we get the break above that, I could add to the position. Or increase my target. Increase my target to the high, the overnight high, which is here. Okay, on the delta, the volume delta is it swung from more sellers to more buyers, which is a reason for us to stay in this trade. Obviously, weaker volume because we're in the European session at the moment. I think I'm going to adjust my target. I want to de-risk this trade as fast as possible and leave one on to run. Now, if this does come back to my entry, I'm out of this trade. I would rather pick it up a little bit lower. That's how I'm feeling about this at the moment. See that grind higher. Come on, give me the fill. Let's go. Frustrating. So close. Don't, you know, if it falls back on, if it falls away now, painful. Come on. Somebody's sitting on it here. Look at that red printing on the S&P. Come on. You can do it. Okay, 3 ticks. 3 ticks. Come on, trade it. Oi! Heavy. I'm gonna take one off in a minute. I'm 2 ticks from my my target. I'm gonna take one off. Come on, give us the fill. Okay, filled. So effectively, I'm de-risked on this trade. Bump my stop. up to, yeah, scratch. Bump my stop up to scratch. One tick above entry just to cover the commissions. Now, ideally, you want to see this carry through now. So this trade is de-risked. I've got that 20 period moving average sitting at 6107.15, which is here on the ladder, roughly. So I'm protected somewhat by this level. Really want to see it break through. You can see there is buyers. They're trying to push it through. It falls back to around that 7.5 here, 109.75, and then they start bidding it back up. There's going to be some breakout traders, I would imagine, looking for the break above. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to trail my stop. If we get above this this level here at 61.1125, then yeah, then I'm going to trail my stop. If we get above this level, vice versa. So I think that's the correct strategy. Just trail the stop and look for that target 2 at the very high, yesterday's high. We've taken the level. If we can sustain this move up, we should see a pop, some stops go, and let's get above VWAP as well. So I'm interested to see what happens here. So I would have got filled on my I took another 2 ticks, an extra $10 on that one contract. As of now, I want to see these guys carry it through now. See if any buyer can push it through. very slow trade today. Also, I'm not looking at any other assets. All you need is one good trade of the day, so this may be it for me. It is Friday. I'd hate today turn into a bad day just before the weekend. we go. A little bit stronger. Watch those big lots printing on the S&P. It's quite a big size for this time of day. People getting long the S&P. Okay, what I'm looking for this 111 spot 25 to hold now, and to start trading above VWAP, start moving towards the overnight high. This must be the driest video you've ever seen.
Procter and Gamble on the wires now, ladies and gents, as well as Schlumberger. Procter and Gamble announced first quarter core share of $1.09, $1.06 from continuing ops. Revenues and sales of 16.7 billion. This looks pretty much in line. And Brazilian inflation data up 0.34 month on month, 2.71 year on year.
Alright guys, I'm going to pause the video. It's coming up 50 minutes now. I'll update on the price action once it's progressed a little bit. Okay.
3% in pre-market. The big move of today, General Electric down almost 5%. Third quarter EPS of 29 cents. There's looking 50. Slashed their full year EPS view as well. Now for EPS, $1.05 to $1.10 from $1.60 to 70. Elsewhere, Procter & Gamble shares down just shy of 1%. Honeywell shares up just over 1%. German Chancellor Angela Merkel says a 2-year Brexit phase is an interesting idea.
Okay, just a quick recap. So, PayPal Holdings is up.
Merkel says she's very positive on Barnier's hand of Brexit negotiations.
Okay, that's all pound. That's sterling positive. Merkel's comments there. Unfortunately, I'm not in pound today. I'm just watching equities at the moment. So yeah, PayPal's up 3%, or 3.5%, 3.64% in after hours or early morning trade pre-open, which is good because they're listed on the Nasdaq 100. They're listed on the Nasdaq exchange. So that's all positive for my trade. So yeah, like I said, just got to keep an ear out for earnings, and I'm not really a indices trader, so I don't really trade the S&P and Nasdaq that often. That's why I missed the equity sell-off yesterday. So yeah, at the moment we're looking pretty good on this trade, pretty good indeed. Fully de-risked. We've now broken through this resistance, which is now support. We're trading above VWAP.
EU Council President Donald Tusk on the wires as well says of a deadlock on Brexit have been exaggerated. EU's Tusk says there has been progress on the Brexit deal.
All sterling positive. Switch over to sterling quick, have a look. All sterling positive.
Mr. Tusk says the speech in Florence by the UK minister was essential to the new momentum on Brexit talks. Tusk hopes they can open a second phase of Brexit talks in December. Pretty upbeat comments there from the EU Council President.
Now I really want to see this level hold, so I'm going to trail my stop. Lock in a bit more profit, but give it enough time to breathe. As I said, that's my strategy on this trade. Trail the stop, look for the highs on my second target. But it's been strong earnings this season. Senate passed the tax bill, or a portion of it, yesterday. So this has all been stock positive with the reflation trade, Trump's reflation trade, still working out here. So
The Romanian president says clearly the British Prime Minister Theresa May is more positive and result oriented on Brexit talks. He says so though is the EU. Some pretty upbeat comments there from the EU Council, Donald Tusk, regarding the state of Brexit negotiations. The Spanish foreign ministers on the wires as well, heads up, says Article 155 will be applied gradually in Catalonia. Foreign Minister Dastis says Spain will apply Article 155 gradually in Catalonia.
Okay, going to pause for now. I'm going to continue with my spread trading admin stuff I haven't booked from yesterday on my spread strategies. Okay, so just coming back on. Yeah, the NQ trade is definitely moving in our direction. It came for a little pullback. Remember when I said that here could be a good spot to add to the position? Well, it would have been a great spot to add to the position. But yeah, just sticking to my plan. My plan originally wasn't to add to the position. It was just sort of off the cuff sort of strategy, which would have made sense. I guess it did make sense. I'm trading US indices before the US Open and the European session, and I haven't got a view on European indices like the Euro Stocks and DAX, so I can't really see what's happening there. And I'm in a winning trade at the moment, so I'm just going to let this run and see how it plays out. Okay. So I'll pause and I'll update once I get some more information. Okay, guys, I got some more movement. Some earnings have come out, and I'm seeing some sell prints on the S&P, and obviously NQ's following through. So I'm keeping a sharp eye on the S&P here and also NQ. I want it to hold this level. If not, I'm coming out. Just watching what's happening here. I want it to hold this level here. Move my line in the sand up a tiny bit. Still seeing the sell prints coming in. Keep a close eye on NQ now. What we want is this trend line to hold, and we want the S&P to stay within its Bollinger Band of the lower bound. Which it looks like it is for the moment. Want the S&P to stay above this horizontal line here. Likewise with the NQ to maintain a bid over 61.11 spot 25. Obviously, if we start trading below this trend line on the 5-minute, then start looking to come out. So I want to hold above 61.25 or 11 and a quarter here. Nice rejection.
Rightio, ladies and gents, we're just 2.5 minutes away from Canadian data. Canadian CPI expected up 0.3 month, 1.6 year on year. Headline retail sales expected up 0.5 month on month. Canadian data in just 2 minutes. Heads up.
Let's have a look at this Canadian data. All right. Okay, I'm going to pause for now. Hi guys, just a quick one. Looks like this trade might not be working out. Just looking at the Nasdaq at the moment, it keeps trading below that support, which is making me nervous. Even though the S&P is recovered on that move or is slowly recovering, it's just trading below VWAP. But NQs feels like it just wants to trade lower at the moment. Just looking at those sell prints coming through. So it may be a case of getting out of this and banking what I've got. I'm hoping this is just a small pullback. Well, a little bit deeper than expected, but keeping an eye on things. It's not really what I wanted to see. So I'm going to let it hit my stop at this point.
Equity traders amongst us, check your inbox, ladies and gents. Pre-market trading update in your inbox. An indication of where some of the larger US stocks are due to open. Be aware, US pre-market trading email now in your inbox.
Okay, I'm filled. That was unfortunate. And we might see this fully retrace. So it's just come up and hit my stop. And now it's going to continue its up move. So we'll see. That was frustrating though. All right, perfect. Is pre-market, so you know that European rally may be over, and it will fully retrace this move now, and people start to get long again at this support ahead of the US session. But I'm going to do some digging and find out what's going on with equities at the moment. See if the earnings in the tech sector today was relatively bad. Because we've come off the highs there, so it might be just a retracement, but we'll keep an eye out. Okay, thanks for watching.